You were in my dream last night.
Really?
Yeah, what's your name?
My name's North.
North, yeah, North.
Okay.
From the dream. That is so
Really?
crazy.
What was I doing?
Well, I'm gonna get into that. But it's nothing bad. And you were there.
Yeah.
And you? And yes, yes, you were there. And but in the dream, I had 2 decks of cards. And oh, come on!
Stop.
I know this is getting
uncanny.
freakish. I know. Do you want to see what happened in the dream?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna show you. It gets a little weird. In fact, I think we should take precautions.
Okay.
Why don't we magician-proof this deck of cards? You ever done that before?
No.
Here. Take a little red sticker, and I have a pen for you. Put your initials on that sticker, and put the sticker wherever you like on that blue deck. That will magician-proof it. No one can tamper with it. Excellent, beautifully done.
Just put it right on the deck?
Wherever you want.
Okay.
And could you put that deck in my pocket?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Very, very much. It's magician-proof. Now,
Okay.
the other thing we have to be careful about is, I can tell you guys something in confidence, right? I'll tell other people. Magicians aren't always honest. Yeah, they have ways when you think, oh, they say pick a card.
Right.
That seems fair, but they have ways of compelling you to take one card in particular.
Right.
They also can look in your eyeballs and see what you're looking at. Like, oh, North is looking at the 10 of spades. Oh, he's looking at the ace of spades. She's looking at the ace of hearts. So we can't do that. That's not good. In fact, I think maybe we should put this to the test. Maybe we should go to Crazytown. Should we go to Crazytown?
Let's go to Crazytown.
Oh, North is all about
I'm
Crazytown.
all about Crazytown.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to put these in front of you.
Okay.
And have you been to Crazytown?
I've never been.
Do you want to go?
Yeah.
Should we let him go?
You should go.
You're going to go to Crazytown too?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, it could just be 2 people. You know, do you want to go to Crazytown too?
I would love to go to Crazytown.
Holy cow, no one's... Really?
Yeah. Why not?
Oh, okay, you can go to Crazytown too. I think you're already partly there.
I think I'm there.
Okay,
How
well,
crazy are we gonna go?
well, you all have... This is for you. These are for you. These are for you. See, I want to make this as fair as possible. Well, I can see all the cards. Could you grab your piles, just turn them over on the table? Excellent, excellent. You know, keep everything you keep on the table, but give them a mix. Give me your pies a little mix. On the I don't want to spill them on the floor. I just want to, and then put them down when you. And you can keep mixing a little more. It's fine. Excellent, excellent. Whatever you want to do, you do whatever you want. It's fine with me. Give it a cut. Give it a cut. Square it up. Make it pretty. Make it pretty. That's good. Yeah. Whatever you want to do. Now you cut her packet,
Okay.
and you cut his packet.
Okay.
Is everyone good? It's very important that I should not be the last person to touch the cards. That's why I want you to cut the packets. Oh!
He did it.
Yeah, you did that.
Do you want to cut them? No, do you want to cut them again?
Sure. Just because those are the rules, so
Excellent,
it's all right.
excellent. Just don't let me be the last person to touch them. Because if I... Oh, I'm sorry.
Excuse me.
It's up to you. It's up to you.
Make sure that we do this by the.
Now, do you want to cut them again or no? It's up to you. Do you
I'm
want to
okay
cut?
with it,
Do you want to
unless
shuffle?
we're gonna touch them again.
Anyone want to shuffle or cut?
Yep.
I'm serious. Do you want to cut his? Everything's good? Everything's good?
I think so.
Good.
Okay, let's see what we got here.
Okay.
We got, oh, look at that. Queen of Hearts.
Okay.
For the Queen of Hearts over here. That's kind of sweet.
Oh.
Kind of sweet.
It's getting crazy.
What do we get here? What do you got? Oh, a 7 of clubs.
Okay.
Not a lot in common there. What do we got here? Oh, 9 of diamonds. Fair enough. And what do we get here? 4 of spades. Huh. Obviously, different cards, you know, depending where. Okay, well. I'm not seeing a relationship here. Oh, but you know, I did tell you I had a dream. The dream was so vivid, I did something. Do you remember about 45 minutes ago you put a blue deck in my pocket? Can you take it out now?
Yes. Okay.
Does it still have your sticker on it in the same place?
Yes, it does. Yes.
The dream was so vivid, I predicted 4 cards.
Uh-oh.
No. No.
The cards I predicted were a 4 of spades, a 9 of diamonds, a 7 of clubs, and a queen of freaking hearts. Dreams come true. Oh, but wait. I was so impressed by that dream, I'd even bother bringing any other cards with me. Welcome to Crazytown. Population us.
We're in it. We're in Crazytown. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Well done.
Hi, I'm David Regal, and thank you for getting Crazytown. This has been my opener at the Magic Castle for a while now, and when I started doing this trick, as sometimes happens, not always, there was talk. What is going on there? And of course, I like that. So I'm teaching you a trick that's near and dear to my heart. It's one of those tricks that's more than the sum of its parts. It's based on an older effect of mine called the prophecy pack that Marietta puts out. That's a prediction effect, and it was a trick I brought with me to the West Coast when I moved there in 1992, and I used it to fool magicians because I didn't know magicians on the West Coast. I said, well, this is fooling people, and that was my trick I'd use to introduce myself to these magicians I didn't know. Well, I was at a magic convention going forward decades. A friend of mine, a good friend, excellent magician, said, oh, I just came up with a great trick. Oh, it's going to be terrific. And we're at a magic convention, and so I guess my competitive spirit kicked in, and I thought, well, I should come up with some trick. And I'm in a dealer's room, and I had this thought. I wonder if I could take that prophecy pack and change it and have it force 4 different cards. And I'm in the dealer's room. I walked around the dealer's room, getting all the bits and pieces I needed, went home with them, played around, and I ended up with Crazytown, which, as I say, is more than the sum of its parts. But let me show you what those parts are, what you get in the box. There are some stickers. We will discuss the stickers separately, and 2 specially made decks. I have some already open. I'll show you what's different about these decks. One is simply a blank deck that comes with 8 printed cards. As you can see, it's the force cards repeated. I use the ones that have the blue backs that match the deck, but for a potential extra kicker, you could use these cards that actually say Crazytown, population us on them. It's like just another kicker to this trick. We include those in case you want to do that. To set up this deck, it's very simple. You're going to put these 4 cards in 4 different parts of the deck, and the order I like to go in is this. I put them face up in the face down deck. The 4, the 9, the 7, and the queen. There's no law, you have to do it this way, but this is the way I do it. I generally have a man here and a woman here, and the woman is going to get the queen of hearts. I get to make a nice comment about the woman being the queen of hearts. That's how I set up the blue deck. Now let's look at the red deck. The red deck has, at its face, 24 ordinary cards. The first thing I suggest you do is just get rid of 4 of those cards. When you have decks printed, they give you a certain number of slots. You don't need all 24. In fact, you shouldn't have 24. I think 20 is a better number because of the principle we're about to use. Now, if you spread this deck, and let's do exactly that, you're going to say, oh, wow, here are all my force cards. Well, yes, and the way the prophecy pack worked is it was just one bank of force cards. And not only were the force cards in a bank, every single one is marked, as these are. The red dot in the middle is filled in red. If you look at one of the indifferent cards, it is not filled in. So I have terrible eyes, as you can probably tell, but I can see these marks without squinting. I can see them across the table. Very, very important part of this trick. What I learned with the prophecy pack surprised me, because the prophecy pack was a bank of cards, each one marked. Both very, very simple principles. But those 2 principles together created something that was very fooling. And I've used that now as sort of a way I look at magic. 2 principles working together very often just devastates people, even if they're simple principles. So we have one other magic principle we're employing here, which is the short card. If you look at each group of force cards, there is a short card at the face. You always want the short card at the face whenever you perform this trick. So you have a short 4 of spades, short 9 of diamonds, short 7 of clubs, and a short Queen of Hearts, always at the face of their group. It's very simple, but it must be at the face, because here's how the trick works. I like to take the blue deck, and as you saw in the performance, have it magician-proofed. Why do I magician-proof this deck? I could just put it aside. It doesn't have to go in a pocket. Someone could hold it, and you might choose to do it that way. But not only do I put it in a jacket pocket, as you saw, I have a red sticker side. I'm going to tell you a story about stickers. One of the greatest magic demonstrators was Al Cohen from Washington. He had Al's Magic Shop. And he came out with a trick called Stick It. Fooled me with it. It was a version of Ed Marlowe's oddity deck. The Ed Marlowe oddity deck created the effect where a person feels they picked the one blue back card out of a red deck, or vice versa. And the method was a 50-50 deck. Half the cards were blue-backed, half the cards were red-backed. And this was an Ed Marlowe trick. But Al Cohen, or whoever came up with that trick, Al sold it, added a sticker. You'd initial a sticker, put it on the face of a card. Then the deck was turned over, and you go through, and oh, there's one odd card, and you turn it over. It's your card with the sticker. You didn't need the sticker. The trick would work without the sticker, but that sticker changed the trick. I was an audience member when I saw the trick for the first time at a dealer's booth. The sticker just threw me somewhere, down some crazy garden path. I didn't know if the sticker was being moved or manipulated. I was just completely bamboozled. So I kept that in my mind. That sticker delivered something, even though you could say it shouldn't have. So I have a sticker put on this deck wherever they want to put it, and I have them put it in my pocket to magician-proof the deck. That's in my jacket pocket. Now, I want to convince the audience that this is an ordinary deck. I start by talking about how magicians can sometimes induce you to pick a certain card. And then I say, as you saw, and sometimes they'll look in your eyes and see which card you're looking at. And I start going through the cards. I'm justify going slowly by saying, oh, she's looking at the Jack of Clubs. Oh, he's looking at the Two of Hearts. But you deserve better than that. I think we should go to Crazytown. Now you're going to use these short cards. If you look at the edge of the deck, the inner end, you can see where the short cards are. I like to address a remark to the gentleman on my left, such as, do you think we should take her to Crazytown? And by just riffling up, you don't even have to riffle, it opens right at the short card. That first group of force cards, boom. So when you turn to the man, you get a break, a little finger break, above that group of force cards. All I'm going to do is shuffle 5 cards from the face onto that group as I speak to her. You want to go to Crazytown? I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do not square them. I leave them messy in front of her. And of course, I have 4 people I use in this effect. How about her? I always address the gentleman. Should she go to Crazytown too? I've done the same thing. Got a break above the next group in the same manner. I do the same thing. 1, 2, and then 3 more. 5 cards go in front there, actually more over here. I repeat. You should go to Crazytown too, yeah, whoever, man or woman. And I don't have to shuffle the last 5, but I can spread. I think you're already in Crazytown. So everyone has these cards, these groups of cards in front of them, and we're seeing all these different faces. So they've seen the display of faces when I talk about looking at their eyeballs. Now I see packets of cards. So, well, if we're going to Crazytown, it's not really fair if we can all see each other's cards. So, take your whole packet and turn them over. And everyone turns over their cards. Now, you do not want these cards to fall on the floor because there's so many duplicates in each. Each one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 indifferent cards and 8 force cards. They've all turned them over, and you could, of course, now just turn over these top cards, but here's where a whole nother principle comes into play. You have unwanted cards in each packet, and they're going to mix up these packets. You will not have, when they're done, all 4 force cards on there, because there's a percentage of the time they're just not going to end up on top. I'm not looking at what I'm doing, but I will look down now, and I can see no, yes, no, no. That's very typical. So you're probably wondering, why do we shuffle those cards? Well, you want to. How are you going to get the force cards back up? Well, that's the principle of the prophecy pack. You just get them there. I know that does not sound like great instructions. You just get them there? Yes, you do. You say different things to get them to continue to shuffle, or to cut, or to have them cut someone else's packet, ostensibly to be comically fair when you're doing the opposite. So here I don't have a force card, so I say, oh no, you can keep shuffling, as if they've sort of wanted to shuffle. Now I got one this time. It just, if you don't get one once, oh, you're jealous? Okay, you can shuffle some more, and you'll either get it or you won't. If I don't get it, I didn't get it, and give it a cut. Oh, I got it. So you just stay alive. You keep them shuffling and cutting. And sometimes I'll say, oh, she didn't get the packet. Can you cut your packet? And have different people cut packets. You're just going to end up seeing a dot in the middle of each one. If I have a recalcitrant packet, it's gone a couple of times, I have another joke that I like to do that makes this ironclad. I'll just say, to be fair, the magician, and remember, I don't have one here, the magician should not be the last one to touch the cards. And I cut the cards. I say, oh, I'm sorry, now I got it there. But I'm going to let them cut again, because I want them to be the last people to touch it. Even if it's there, I want them to cut it again, and this time they got it again. I always want them to be the last. And then I do something, and you're going to say, no, why? I say, now no one wanted to shuffle more, cut some more? I don't say, do you want to cut some more? I recap something that did not happen. I said, did you say you wanted to cut more? Did no one want to? And then once they're saying, no, we didn't. That's their first response is, we didn't say that. So, okay, so everyone's happy? Everyone's good? No one wants to cut or shuffle anymore. Now we're in miracle land. Because when you have everything perfectly, you want to create the impression that you are begging them to shuffle and cut some more. And they're basically saying, no, we're done. That's how you want to end. From here, depending on how you want to do the trick, I very often, you have to be very clean, turn over the top card here. Oh, Queen of Hearts, she's the Queen of Hearts. Get a little applause for her. I always look to see if the next card down has a dot. In this case, it doesn't. So I can say, oh, obviously, if they want one more, 2 more, or even 3 more, they're going to get different cards. Always show in different cards when you can. Now you go to the next. I don't know what it's going to be. What'd you get here? Oh, a 7 of clubs. And what'd you get here? A 9 of diamonds. What'd you get here? A 4 of spades. Now, I can leave the packets like this. Sometimes, though, after I turn over that queen, I'll start collecting the rest of the packets. And I'll tell you why in a minute. So in other words, I turn over the 7, great, I turn over the 9, and I'm just collecting all these cards. I have them take the blue deck out of my pocket, and of course the trick is over. These cards seem to have nothing in common. What could this effect possibly be? And by the time I say I made a prediction of 4 cards, people start going, no way, because it's a very simple plot. They just remember seeing different cards, cutting and shuffling and shuffling and cutting. It seems silly how much they're shuffling and cutting. Take out the deck, do a nice wide ribbon spread, and you notice the cards in the exact correct orders. The 4 of spades, the 9 of diamonds, the 7 of clubs, the Queen of Hearts. Act as if that's the end of the trick, dreams come true, whatever you want to say, and stop their applause. The dream was so vivid. I didn't bother bringing any other cards in that deck. I make a nice mess of all those blank cards, and I like to end by saying, welcome to Crazytown. Population, us. Now, why do I sometimes gather the cards in my right hand? Well, in my act, I follow this with a trick that's not a card trick, so I don't need to switch the deck. But the staging of this is such that if you wanted to do a deck switch, and if you feel like wearing a jacket, you have a very, very easy deck switch. In this pocket of your coat, have a normal deck minus the 4 cards that match the force cards. Just sitting there, loose. Now, when you have the gentleman reach into your pocket to remove the blue deck, you have all the cover in the world to take this deck, put it in your pocket, and come out with the other deck. If you've never done a deck switch, it's strange. In Magic, they're considered, a deck switch, that's something difficult. No, deck switches are extraordinarily easy. It's about the moment and all the movements being motivated. So if I had, I'll here give you an example. I'll clear up my area. If I'm working with a case and I want to do a deck switch, what you want is not a fast deck switch. That's the other big lesson about deck switches. You want a deck switch in the correct tempo for your normal activity. In other words, if this is a case and that's a deck, I could do a deck switch by saying, for this I need a pencil. And I'm going to reach into that case, leave this, I normally have a soft thing here, and pick up that. So often I'll transfer this deck that's going out in between my first and second fingers. I reach into the case and I come out with a pencil. The pencil's next to the deck. And I talk about the pencil and that goes there. Very easy to do a deck switch. And in this case, with, turning so they can reach that deck in that pocket, it's perfect staging. If you want to continue with another card effect, you will be left with a normal deck minus the matching force cards. So you can continue with any card trick you want to do. Now, if you remember at the beginning, we mentioned these extra cards you get that say Crazytown, population us, which is what I say when I perform the trick. We thought it'd be a good idea to include them because instead of setting up blue-backed cards in your blue-backed deck, remember the backs are not seen. You could set up in your blue-backed deck, here, let's do it right now, your Crazytown cards, just the same way you did the others. And now when you reach the climax of the trick and you show the 4 of spades, 9 of diamonds, you have this climax, followed by this climax, and you can say, so welcome to Crazytown. This should face the right way, of course. Population us. And it's a nice storybook ending, dramatized visually if you use the Crazytown cards for an additional moment. How do you reset Crazytown? Well, the reset is fairly quick, which is important. At the Magic Castle, you do 4 shows in a row with sometimes minutes between the shows. The blue deck, simply put your force cards in there, face up in the face down blank deck, and that deck is set up. It's ready to go. That goes in the box. Take off the sticker if you used a sticker. That deck is set. Now the red deck. The red deck has all the force cards still in it. Take them out. They'll be messed up a little bit, in different sections, but in groups, generally. And here we'll put the 4s in front of the 4s, 9s in front of the 9s, 7s will go in front of the 7, and the queens in front of the queen. The only thing we have to do now is put the short cards at the face. Put your cards together, you can see it, you can cut it to the face. There's the queens. And that's the order they're going to go in. Queens, I like to put at the back. Here's the 7s. 9's already at the face. And there's the 4s. These go to the rear of the deck. And now the red deck is all set and ready to go. And that's Crazytown, one of my favorite effects and a great trick to do for a group of people. It creates a sensation of a happening. Enjoy it.